Hello, Delago families. Tessa Riley here with another video during COVID. Today I'm going to be talking about the spring registration link that you recently received and telling you a little bit more details about those learning options and what they mean at Delago. So quickly, we're going to look at what you should have received in your email is a letter that looks like this. It's in both English and Spanish. And in this letter from the district, there is a link to a video that actually will explain these three options in more detail. So I strongly recommend that you watch that video. And then there's also the link to the spring registration form. So again, I recommend you go watch the video to learn more about the three choices. And then afterwards, you will fill out your spring registration form at this link. If you don't fill out the spring registration form, you will be automatically enrolled in the two-day blended model. So we are encouraging families to please fill out that form so we definitely have your information. So let's talk more about what those three choices mean specifically at Delago. So the three choices are independent study via Edgenuity, the two-day blended model in Canvas, and the distance learning model in Canvas. And this third choice is the new one. So this was not one of the choices that you were offered in the fall. And when you log in, the first page is going to have you enter your scholar's information, and then you're going to be taken to this page. And in this page, you are going to rank order those three learning options. So you're going to tell us your first choice, second choice, and third choice. And then looking at those three choices in more detail, the first one is the online independent study via Edgenuity, and this is not an option at Delago. So for full transparency, if you choose the online independent study in Edgenuity, you will be transferring to one of the comprehensive school sites here in Escondido. And you're probably a little curious about what this is. And what this is a truly independent study program. And it's a program that our district has offered since well before COVID began. And it is independent, it is self-paced, so your scholar would take one course at a time, they would work at their own pace, and as they finished it, they would move to the next course. It does have a teacher that supports it, that would check in with them, check on their progress, but it doesn't follow a structured school schedule. It's truly independent study. And again, not an option at Delago. We don't offer that program, so it would require a transfer. The two-day blended model, this is the model that we have at Delago. So if you are with us now, that means that you chose this model at the beginning of the school year. And this is the model where once we enter the orange tier, we will be able to invite your scholar back on campus 2 days a week. So they would learn from home 3 days a week and attend school 2. And the way that looks is everyone learns from home on Mondays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, scholars with last names A through L would be on campus, and on Wednesdays and Fridays, scholars with last names M through Z would be on campus. So if you choose this model, you will be here at Delago, and once we hit the orange tier, your scholar would come on campus 2 days a week. In the distance learning via Canvas, so this is the new choice and the third choice. This option, your scholar would basically continue learning the way they have been during this school year. So they would be learning from home 5 days a week. They would not come on campus. They would log into Canvas and they would access their classes via Zoom or Microsoft Teams. They would follow a regular bell schedule. They would just be doing everything virtually from home. And this is the one that's a little bit more complicated. So we wanted to share information with you. As of now, we don't know if we'll be able to offer distance learning via Canvas sections at Delago. It's all dependent on how many families sign up for it. So if enough Delago families choose this option and we can fill sections in each grade level, and a section's approximately 35 to 40 students, then we will offer it. So if we have 38 ninth graders who pick it, we'll have a section and they will stay students here at Delago. If we don't have enough scholars to create sections, then the families who choose this would have to transfer to another school site. So now you're probably feeling a little confused. You're like, wait, what if I pick this? Will I know if I get to stay at Delago or not? When will I know? So what we're doing is we're going to ask a follow-up question. So if you choose this one as your first choice, you will get an additional question that's asking if you want to stay at Delago or go ahead and transfer if we don't offer it. So the question says, if DLA does not have sufficient student interest to offer distance learning via Canvas at Delago, your student may need to transfer to their home school site. If that is the case, would you choose to remain in distance learning via Canvas and go ahead and transfer, or switch to the 2-day blended model and remain at DeLago. So we are going to ask up front, if we are not able to offer these sections, what would you prefer? So we would know ahead of time whether or not, nope, it's more important that I stay at DeLago and I'll do the 2-day blended, or no, it's more important that my scholar continue learning from home 5 days a week, so we will transfer to another school site. So just to go through these one more time really quickly. Online independent study via Edgenuity, not a DeLago program, it would require a transfer. And this is independent, individually paced. 2-day blended model is our option at DeLago. So if you choose this, your scholar will come on campus 2 days a week in the orange tier, and they would remain at DeLago. Neither of these, if you put them as your first choice, will get the follow-up question. That's your choice, and that's how you'll be placed. If you choose the distance learning via Canvas, so if you prefer that your scholar continue learning in Canvas, but 5 days a week from home, we are hopeful that we will offer these sections at DeLago, but in the event that we cannot, we are asking you ahead of time, would you prefer to remain at DeLago and go ahead and switch to 2-day blended, or remain in distance learning and transfer to another school site? Just some other information to go along with this. You can fill out the registration form multiple times because it's time-stamped. They can see the last one you submitted. So if you change your mind after watching this video, you can go ahead and fill it out again. But the deadline is November 1st, so make sure that you have officially made your decision by then. If you end up needing to transfer to another site to participate in distance learning via Canvas for spring, we will automatically re-enroll you at DeLago for fall 2021. So you're not losing your spot at DeLago. You will automatically be moved back unless you tell us otherwise that you'd like to stay. So that's not a barrier to re-enrolling in fall when things are hopefully back to normal. But we will have to sort of talk about schedule because their schedule would be different in other sites. So we'd have to figure out their schedule when they return. And then also seniors, things are a little bit more complicated for them because their classes are different. So us being able to offer distance learning sections at DeLago will be more complicated for seniors, and it's a little less likely. We're still going to try. So please answer that survey honestly and tell us if that's your first choice. Mark that as your first choice. But in the event that seniors would need to transfer to another school site, a question that we had the other night from parents is, would they still graduate from DeLago? And the answer is no. So if they transfer to SP, OG, or EHS for that final semester of their senior year, they will graduate from that school. And we acknowledge that this is a particularly difficult decision for seniors. And so we are here to answer your questions. You can email myself, Mr. Barajas, or Ms. Helms. You're also welcome to call the school at our main line and ask to be transferred to one of us. And we will do our best to answer your questions. But hopefully this helps clear things up a little bit. And we look forward to getting your data and finding out what your learning choices are for second semester. Thank you.